All right, here's a video on the golden ratio. Couldn't remember what it was. Understood it, couldn't really understand what it was when I tried to, do it this last time. So I relearned it. So this will give a kind of an overall what it's about. We have the ratio is the whole a plus b is the same ratio as a is to b. So a plus b is to a as a is to b. So the ratio looks like this. A plus b, so it's the same in both, right? A plus b over a. So a plus b to a is equal to a to b. Anyway, that's what it looks like. And then, so if you divide the whole a plus b divided by a, it's going to equal the same decimal as a divided by b. We'll get into that actual decimal, 0.6 or 1.6 in this case. 1.681. It's one of the numbers that goes on forever. All right. So, but what I, in any thing like this, I try to make one unit the number one. So in this case here, I did the algebra way, right? So I turned a into one because we can make this anything we want. So a plus b, so 1 plus b, which is the unknown, divided by 1 plus b divided by 1, which is just 1 plus b, is equal to 1, which is 1a over b. So let me just do this here then. Change, I don't want to change anything, screw up something else. So anyways, there's the algebra. So best as algebra I can do. There's probably more efficient ways to get it, but and then each case you end up with a quadratic equation. So if you know the quadratic equation, you can figure it out. I actually kind of have to, every time I need to use a quadratic equation, I need to go back and review it. It's like b squared, or b minus plus negative b plus or minus b squared, square root of b squared minus 4ac over 4a, something like that. And then I'm not going to get into it, but in this case, you'd only have one unknown, right? Because we have, so it could be 4a squared minus 1a. Anyways, there's a more complicated, and this is the simplest way, but the quadratic is very simple, but you still have to know it. So here we go. This is how I get the formula. And then it's just in case you want to know, there's a formula, and I'm just going to drive it because I didn't show it here. So we're going to go Control Z. So here's how I started to derive it, right? We go, oh, so this is the geometry way. I didn't know this, I didn't figure this out, but this diagonal, if you sweep this radius of that diagonal down, that becomes the golden ratio, the one, whatever that, this overlap at this diagonal past that half. And then that's the full number, 1.62, right? So that's geometry way. If you want the formula, so you need the number, which kind of hard to do that way if it's close enough to build probably, but if you need the formula, you would go 1 minus or 1 plus 1, that would be a half. So I started to work it out and I realized I got a bunch of halves in there, half this, the square root of half of this. So what I did was I made this twice as big, right? And now this is 2, which makes that number that was getting, this would be a half. It started to get messy. So I scaled everything up 2. So now I have 1. So let's go through the steps. Right? So 1 here plus the square root of 1 plus the square root of 2. No, sorry, the square root of 1. So 1 plus 1 squared plus 2 squared. So 1 squared is just 1 and 2 squared is 4, right? 1 squared plus 2 squared. And then we have 1 plus this length, and that's what we're looking for. That's the length of that. And then if you go and you calculate it out, you get this number here, 2.261. But that's not, you've never seen that golden ratio. That's a golden ratio of something that's got a 2 in it. So what we're looking for is the 1. 1 and 0.6180. So we take it all and divide it by 2 to scale that number down. And that's what you get. Right, take the 1 plus the square root of 5, 1 plus 4 into the square root, right? Then you end up with 1 plus 5, 1 plus the square root of 5, and then 1 plus the square root of 5 divided by 2. And that'll give you your number. I think, because I didn't actually do it. I did it over here, but I didn't do it there. Tools, calculator, 1. Let's actually start it with parentheses. 1 plus square root of 5. Double parentheses divided by 2, enter, and you get your 1.618, right? That's what we're looking for. So, you know, this is kind of a drag. The design calculator only going to 4 decimal places. Talk to them about that. And actually, in this case, it's going to 3, so I think there's something else going on. Because the last number is a 0, it's truncating it even more. Kind of a drag. But you have Excel, so you can put it in Excel. Anyway, that's the way you get the exact number. Do this. Equal 1 plus square root of 5. And that'll be that, and then we'll divide that by 2. I did some copy. No, 2. There's your number. Make it bigger. There's your number. That's the number. That's the golden ratio number. And if you want the short leg, it's just subtract the 1. Right? That helps you understand, you know, the golden triangle, but actually how to derive the golden triangle number and do it geometrically with the quadratic equation. If that's handy for you. If not, it's pretty much something you do on any calculator. And thanks for watching. Have a great day.